on the soft tyre, and alongside him, or just in front, is Perez on the medium. Now, the start that George gets is so much better. Straight away, gets past Sergio Perez, and then streams past Gasly to his right-hand side as well. Nips in behind Piastri, who then tucks to the inside of Hulkenberg, and then George sends it around the outside of Hulkenberg, and this is where he starts to become unstuck. He runs out of road, fears that Hulkenberg's going to come over and squeeze him a little bit too much, and decides to take to the runoff area. He does it by the book. He goes past the two cones and comes back onto the circuit. Squeezes just behind the Haas driver. He then tucks into the slipstream again, and then dives down the inside of turn 4, or mid-corner of turn 4, and gets a great run there. And then he even tries, remember when he went off on the outlap? He went off the track on the outside of turn 5? Well, he actually ended up in a similar position, gave it a go around the outside on Fernando Alonso. This time didn't go into the gravel. This is where he remained, so for the rest of that lap. But a great opening lap. Now in comparison, look at what happened to Sergio Perez. On those medium tyres, a terrible getaway amongst the sea of soft tyre runners. And I just wonder, in hindsight, was that the right thing for Red Bull to have done with Sergio Perez's strategy? Obviously, we can look back now and say, yeah, you know, I think it didn't work out for him. Would. Now, in contrast to what happened to George, you can see George going around the outside here of the Haas. Now we've got the Alpine on the right, and then Zhou Guanyu joins in the party on the outside, and we get completely squeezed between those two. It gets oh so tight. I still wonder if there's contact on the left front there for Perez, but you can see what a difference it was to that start of George Russell. You can see Russell actually in the distance up here making that move, no penalty. It was investigated. The stewards did look at it. It was flagged up by the race director, of course, for the stewards to even start to investigate. So keep an eye on Piastri and this gap to George Russell. It's close. I do believe he was just ahead of the McLaren, just ahead, before he decided to take avoiding action to go down the left-hand escape route. And I think it's because he was just ahead of the McLaren, that's why he didn't have to give the place back. It's tight, but I think it was, as the rules go, I think he just got away with it. That's why he didn't get a penalty.
With the way he approached that, what did you make of it all?
No, he definitely maximized the opportunities. I mean, really aggressive, great start. And then turn 1, yeah, I mean, it's almost like he had planned to go that way, you know. As soon as there's a little bit of a squeeze, I'm going to dive straight there and at least not lose any more time, you know. And so he did a really good job. It was perfect.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I kind of made a bit of a funny face when I was looking at it, because from the first angle, it seems like he's being squeezed off. From the second angle we saw, it looked like there was enough room for him to get around, but it looks like he made that choice. Now, that's the way he can go. There is a route to do it, and as we said, that he's done it all the right way. So I guess maybe from the FIA side, or maybe from Formula One side, they'll be looking, well, there should be something to lose by going the alternate route. So that's maybe something they might look at. But there's been no investigation, there's been no criticism of it, so obviously he's done it all the right way.
I agree with that. That would be something good, that if you need to make that...
There's been no criticism of it, so obviously he's done it all the right way.
I agree with that. That route slower, and then
otherwise, what stops everyone?
Then it will stop people from going there, and George probably would have then not gone there today.
Exactly.
So I think.